Hello. So this is the follow-up video to my description of the worry. I wanted to give you an example of something that could be interpreted as the worry, and probably like what I'm going to do is stretch it as far as the imagination can go to show how deep you can fall down a rabbit hole if you start believing in this sort of stuff. Okay. So on Thursday night, I was asleep and I woke up, I would say it's probably about 3 in the morning, something like that. And I was convinced there was a person stood next to my bed. And the person was made of like solid shadow. I kind of did a sort of shake my head, double take sort of thing, and it was gone. And I got up and went to the loo and thought nothing of it and went back to bed. A short time later I woke up again, only this time I felt the weight of that figure on my chest, and the face was right here in front of my face, and I could feel a hand pressed next to the space next to my head, like pressure on the pillow. It was so realistic that I threw a punch and the thing dispelled, and I was like, oh my word, that was really strange, and I was kind of freaked out for the rest of the evening. But being logical and realizing that most ghost apparitions that people see can be attributed to carbon monoxide poisoning. So I did a carbon monoxide test of the house and everything was clear. And so then I was like, okay, well, it's stress, or you've eaten some cheese before bed, and had a weird dream, acid flashback from the student days, maybe, I don't know, something weird, right? Don't worry about it. However, I did worry about it because I'd just been talking about the worry, and my brain had started to go, what if this is one of them? Because that was really strange and out of the usual one. So I phoned my dad just to check he was all right. I phoned a really good friend of mine, Morgan, to check, because I know he has some health problems, and he was fine. And also checked on my dear friend Doc Strange, because I know he's had some health vulnerabilities too, and he was all right. So I felt like I'd phoned my most at-risk people, as the worry demands, and was happy to move on from it, and chuckling at myself for, despite just making a video saying it was a load of bollocks, giving into it just one more time. Then Saturday night came along and I was watching TV, decided I needed to go to the loo, which I did. All of a sudden I had 2 sharp pains in my chest, and I tried to take a breath and failed twice and went dizzy. I went to steady myself, and the next thing I know, my wife was standing over me, waking me up, and I'd blacked out and hit the floor. I was all right, didn't hit my head or anything, a little bit of a scrape on my elbow there, but that was about all. And actually, my back, which normally bothers me all the time, felt a little bit better, like my body had naturally crumbled into a position and smacked something and realigned something at least a little bit. I don't think I've avoided all my problem, but I've been feeling pretty good since it happened. I have today been and had an ECG and lots of chest scan, x-ray, lots of tests, and it turns out I'm just old. There's a thing that apparently hits older men, middle age onwards, where you can sometimes get a drop in blood pressure when you pee, and that was my first occurrence of it, and it made me black out. So it was a piss faint that made me fall. But before I'd done this test and found all this out, my mind went to wandering because I was thinking about the worry. And I suddenly thought, what if this was a worry for me? Not only that, I'd travelled back astral projection style from the moment of the attack to go warn myself in a couple of days before. And when I was trying to warn myself, I lashed out and knocked myself out. The hand on the pillow, well, as I was losing consciousness and going dizzy, I put my hand out to steady myself, which, could be the hand by the pillow. And suddenly it was there in front of my face. I threw a punch and knocked myself out. Absolute nonsense. But you can see how, if you really wanted to find something you could give somebody as an example of this being a real thing, you can make an incident without the science fit your paradigm, and try and make a reinforcement to the idea that you really want to be a thing. So there we go. I don't think I've astral projected and punched myself out, but you got to admit, it's a nice story if you want to believe that sort of thing. Thanks for listening. I think I will leave it at that, unless another worry incident comes along to make me give you something else to chuckle about. Bye for now.